When you understand personality preferences, you can more readily appreciate the differences between you and the people who are closest to you, such as your spouses, maybe your partner, your children, your friends, even other family members. And in most areas of life, when differences between you and someone else are bothersome or frustrating, you can actually avoid them in some kind of way. But what if that person is your best friend? Or maybe that person's a loved one, a family member, or even your spouse. You'd have to do a lot or lose a lot to walk away from it. So knowledge of personality type allows us to see the differences as those, just as being different, not right or wrong, we're just all different. So instead of labeling someone or putting value judgments on their behavior, you can start to see that behavior reflects their personality type or their preference. And it's not really designed to offend you or frustrate you or make you angry. Many couples can learn to appreciate the differences and even can see them through a humorous light. The ENTJ tends to be a very commanding, even very challenging partner. And this is because they have very high expectations, not just for themselves, but for their families, their partners, their mates, and anyone who's going to put in the time and effort to really create a successful life together. Now, the ENTJ really wants to have a structured life and an organized life and even home. This means that they may be very domineering and even imposing at times. They tend to have a very clear idea on how they want things done. Now, don't get discouraged, though, because they are very enthusiastic, and they tend to be a great analytical problem solver, and they're going to approach all conflicts head on. They want it done right away. They are very ambitious, and they're going to spend a lot of time putting into their success as a career. They also are going to need a partner who's very independent and supportive of their goals and their dreams. Now, remember that they may at times, however, neglect to attend to their partner's feelings because they're very logical and they're very objective. And at times they have very difficult times in listening objectively and with sincerity to other people because they just want to get to the bottom of it and solve the problem. They put a lot of effort, though, into their relationships, and they do it with a ton of enthusiasm and excitement. They really do have a desire to have things perfect, and they have a quest in life. They want to take in as much information as possible, and they want to make sure that that information is very useful. They will make everything a wonderful learning experience. Now, that means that they're going to always be seeking for knowledge, and they're going to then take that knowledge and revise their relationship. They want to define it according to the new information that they have. They're going to value their relationship highly, and especially the relationships that give them challenges and stimulate them. They are also going to have a genuine affection and satisfaction. Now, if their relationship does not offer them places for growth or learning, that means that there's not going to be much interest for them, and they might find that they get distracted, frustrated, and may even want to just walk away. In their conversations, they're very direct and even confrontational. They are going to always look for a way that they can challenge others. However, this also means that at times they're going to be a little bit too challenging, right? They're going to be too direct. They're going to be too critical. But people involved in the close relationship with that ENTJ, they need to have a lot of strength to be able to understand them and to be able to understand what they have to offer. Their strengths are that they're usually very interested in what other people have to offer. They want to hear people's thoughts and their ideas. They're excited about life and they're energetic, and they want to participate in life with their partner. They take their commitments extremely seriously. This means that they're going to be interested in standards and rules. They're fair-minded, but they always are interested in doing what they consider to be the right thing. They're good with money, they're direct, straightforward, and they tend to be very fluent as well. They are Also encouraging, and they want to be able to encourage their partner to also seek out opportunities for growth and for learning. They will, however, leave a relationship without even a second thought or even looking back. They can turn conflict into positive lessons, and they take criticism very well. They have high standards and high expectations. Now remember, this can also be a weakness for them as well. Not only do they have high standards and high expectations, but they also have the ability to really dole out discipline when it's needed. They do enjoy verbally debating with them and anyone. And although this can really seem to be something that is going to be a challenge and make them look argumentative, remember that they do enjoy it because it's an intellectual debate for them. It's an opportunity for them to grow and to learn. They can tend to be challenging, remember, and that means that they're also going to get involved in conversations that are only going to have a win or a lose, a right or a wrong. They have difficulty listening to others, and they can be very critical of others, their opinions and their attitudes which may not match their own. They have high standards and expectations, and they're not naturally in tune with other people's feelings. Now, also remember that they can be very overpowering and even domineering at times, and have difficulty expressing love and affection. They want to be in charge. They can be harsh, intolerant, especially when it comes to messiness or any kind of inefficiency. Now, they are slow to give praise, and they're very slow to recognize that other people may have a need for praise as well. If they are unhappy, this means that they'll be impersonal, dictatorial, and abrasive. And at times, if they are under extreme stress, they're going to explode with terrible temper tantrums. They are going to be aggressive, enthusiastic partners, and they're going to take their assignments and their partners and their commitments extremely serious. They want to make it work. However, they want to be the leader, and they want to take the responsibility for making things work. They're creative leaders, and they have to have a relationship that's going to really promote learning and growth for them. They are always looking for new opportunities for learning, new opportunities to gather knowledge, and new opportunities for growth in their relationships. And if it becomes clear that the relationship is not going to offer any time for growth and learning, they'll very easily just walk away and they'll never look back. They're successful in their careers, and they're very good with money. And this is going to be helpful to remove a lot of conflict in relationships over money matters, as money tends to be the number one situation for problems within a marriage. They also, however, tend to be a workaholic. Now, they're not naturally in tune with feelings and emotions, and especially with the partners, and they also don't really like much time alone, and therefore they don't contribute and develop that introspective side that they really need. Intimately, they're very robust, imaginative, and enthusiastic, and their natural instinct to lead is going to be very apparent in this manner. They are very creative, and they want to focus on lovemaking as an opportunity to be an adventure and a way to learn and to share. They are going to have self-confidence, and they're not very emotionally needy. They enjoy being told that they're loved and appreciated. They also are very excited to share their information and their knowledge with others, especially with their spouse. They're going to see any kind of conflict as really an opportunity for growth and for learning. They are very interested in their intimate relationships. They're dedicated, enthusiastic, and they're going to put a lot of effort to make things work. They take responsibility, accountability, and they want to be in charge. The best matches for the ENTJ tend to be the INTP, ISTP, INTJ, ESTJ, and the ENTP. So let's look at why we have chosen those kindred souls. So our natural attraction to people who share our dominant function, but who use it in different directions, works very well for us. We not only flip-flop that introverted or extroverted trait, but we're also going to flip-flop the judging and perceiving trait. So in this way, the partner that we choose for ourselves is going to have a very different approach to dealing with the external world. But if we're laid back and indecisive, then generally our partner is going to be structured and decisive. And if we're reserved, our partner is going to be outgoing. For all of our apparent differences, though, we do still have a common vision of what's really important in life, and that creates the foundation between these kindred souls. Although we really believe that this model is going to work well in finding and maintaining healthy relationships, it's important to remember that it's only a guideline. Just a guideline to help understand and to give some tools and some ideas of things that value in a relationship, but they're not meant to be followed strictly. So remember that any two well-developed individuals of any type can make a relationship work. And work is the key problem here and the key concept, because there's no such thing as an effortless relationship. So don't use these ideas as an excuse to really dump your relationship.